I'm Buck Taylor, and I'm here at the Dallas International Film Festival representing The Legend of Hell's Gate, of which I'm an actor and have participated in it, and I'm very excited to be here.
Well, Buck, thank you for taking the time to chat with us this morning. What what attracted you to Legend of Hell's Gate?
Well, I'm a painter and an actor, and when I get something that's historically like a character that's in history, it really attracts me. I've done a lot of films playing generals and Civil War and et cetera, et cetera. But this character is Pete Snyder. Now, if you're familiar with Texas history, he formed the town of Snyder, Texas. Character was great. I did the research on him. He was a buffalo hunter and a hide trader. Then he had this little village that he out of tents and hides, and then he became an entrepreneurial type guy and turned this into the city of Snyder, Texas. But interesting character and a real character, which is kind of cool to do.
So then, this story is interesting in the sense that you've got real facts, but you've also got kind of a darker storyline. So tell us about, go into detail about that. Is the entire thing fictional, or is this an entirely true story?
Joe, it's a classic western. It's the chase. There's some outlaws that have committed a crime. They're being chased by the posse, and interwoven into the chase are real events like Pete Snyder, Doc Holliday, everybody's favorite dentist. He's in there. A real situation that happened in Texas at that time. A little further along in the story, while the guys are being chased, is John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Lincoln, and a fascinating bit of history that's in there for a moment, but something a lot of people don't know about. And then the chase continues, and then again you have the Comanches, the great warriors in northwest Texas, and a classic ending. And I'm just proud to be part of it because they're young filmmakers. I'm an older guy. I've been around a long time, been in movies over 50 years. My dad was an actor. His name was Dub Taylor, and he was in movies for 50 years, so I grew up around the environment. I'm 74, so I've been around it all my life. But to be part of it and to be part of young filmmakers in this exciting, fantastic, Dallas is doing such a great job here. A lot of money's been put into this film festival, and it's blowing me away, and I've been to a few.
So, since you're a veteran actor and very talented guy, you've done paintings, you're a gymnast, and you.
How do you know all that stuff?
I read it all through your eyes.
Okay.
That's how I know. But you're very well experienced, very well seasoned. How does a guy such as yourself, veteran stage guy, interact with young and upcoming filmmakers from behind the scenes?
How's
that dynamic?
There's something all of us can learn from everyone. And when you have young filmmakers, they have new ideas. And we're also dealing with a whole different technology nowadays. I mean, it's incredible. I can't even figure out a fax machine, And now they're incredible. The audience is even more sophisticated. So to work with young people and young ideas, I don't know everything. I've never been one of those guys that try to do that. So I listen and I learn. I watch these young kids and their enthusiasm, and it kind of gets me going again too. And they treat me like with a lot of respect and all that. And I'm going, man, I want to be like you when I grow up. And it's a great thing. In the old days, actors with independent films, they would go off and they'd do theater or something like that. Now actors can do independent films and be offered parts that they would never probably get in their lives, like this one I did in Hell's Gate. The other thing that attracted me is I live right near the Hell's Gate itself, which is Possum Kingdom in northwest Texas. So, I love the history. I love to paint it and love to be part of it.
And in addition to now being part of the story, what makes this particular film stand out from all the other classic westerns that people are familiar with?
It's traditional. It's a traditional Western film, which is predictable. everybody can go see it, which I was very proud of the fact that Tanner Beard wrote a story, starred in it, directed it. No profanity, no sexual scenes, not too violent, but certainly you can have all that without doing all that stuff. They did it in Shane, which is a classic Western movie, and Tanner Beard's done it in this film, and that attracted me. And also what attracted me really, for me, it's the authenticity of it. I worked in Tombstone, and they had everything just precise. In this movie, they even used the gun handler that was in Tombstone to make sure we had the right weapons, the correct way to wear your holsters and the whole thing, the right saddles. Craig Carter had the horses, the saddles, all the details, like in a painting, that makes it authentic. And you know, with our audiences nowadays, they'll run it and they'll turn it back and run it again and say that's not, that gun is, that's a 1911, man. That was made in 1911. This is 1870. You know, so they're very sophisticated.
So we definitely cannot expect to see cell phones in this movie.
No cell phones, no telephone poles, no cell phones,
Or fax
and a great
machines.
look. The cinematography is great. The people will love it. It's a classic.
Great. And where can people go online to learn more about you as well as about the film?
Well, on me, it's bucktaylor.com, which shows you some of my history and my paintings. This movie is going to be released here in Texas at theaters, and I believe, if I'm not out of line, I believe Walmart has picked it up, so it's going to be all over the place. And I'm not sure of the website.
Not a problem. If Walmart picked it up, then everybody
Yeah.
will see it.
I mean,
So, another question. How can people who normally don't watch Westerns, what's a great way, what should they be looking for to help them acclimate into catching a Western? Because the film festival, as you said, is a great learning experience for even viewers. So what should they look for to appreciate it?
the viewing audience is a fairly younger audience, and there's a lot of good-looking young guys in this movie and some really pretty girls. That's what they're going to look for.